everybody, Kev from thetikination.com, and today we're going to learn Spooky by the Classic 4 and later covered by the Atlanta Rhythm section. So the version I'm going to teach you today is done in the same key as the Atlanta Rhythm section. If you want to play along with the Classic 4 version, then you're going to have to put a capo on the first fret. Also, I'm playing on a low G ukulele right now, and I'm going to show you how to play the song on a low G or a high G, so you're good either way. If you're a beginner, I'm going to show you the super beginner easy chords. If you're more advanced, I'm going to show you some alternatives that are exactly what they play in the recording. So, that being said, let's venture on. It might get a little spooky. Next thing, we need to learn our chords. So, I'm going to do the chords in two ways. I'm going to do an easy peasy version for you beginners, and then I'm going to show the beyond beginners the actual chords that are played on the album. So that way when you easy peasy beginners become a little better, you'll have this as a reference too. Okay, beginners, we're going to start with a G chord. Standard G chord, and throughout all of these chords we're going to be plucking basically the top three strings closest to your nose. So you want to grab them. We don't want to strum these, we want to pluck them for this. So we're going to put our thumb on the string, our index on the third string, and then our ring finger on the second string. Thumb is on the G string, right? And then you're going to squeeze them and just pull up. So make a G chord and just pluck, pluck. That's our technique for, we're not strumming, we're going to play that technique for this whole song. We're only using the top three strings. Our next chord is an F sharp minor, which looks just like a G7 switching lanes, right? So it looks like a G7 triangle shape. And we're only going to play the top three strings. So those are our first two chords, G and F sharp minor. For beyond beginner players, we're going to do, the first chord is going to be a G over B, which I bar across the second fret and I make the shape of an F chord underneath it. Or I make a G chord and stretch my pinky over to the B note. Same exact chord, two different ways to play it. So if you're beyond beginner, you can try that chord version. That is the one that's on the real recording. Okay. Now we have those two chords. We're going to add in the diminished shape. For the sake of this tutorial, we're going to call this diminished shape a G diminished chord. And it's played, if you take a G chord and you scooch it back one fret that way and lift up your ring finger, with just those two fingers down, that's a G diminished. Another way you can play the G diminished is if you take a G shape and move it over here, switch lanes and go higher one fret. That's another way to play this chord too. Beginners, maybe you should use this chord. It's probably the easiest one for you, and it works great on high or low G. We have one other chord to worry about, and that's the basic D chord. And every verse and chorus ends just with three strums on the D chord. Okay, now that we have our chords, let's comp them into the song. So we're just going to do a simple comp with the words. I'll try and fake the words in for you so you know where they go. Your starting note for singing would be E. And we're going to use the G chord first. In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kinda groovy, I call you up and I ask if you'd like to go and see a movie. So that's basically the first little part. And all we're doing is we're going back and forth, right? If you're more advanced, you're going to be doing the G over B chord. Either way is going to work out fine. All right, we've got that part. Let's move on to the second part. The second part is pretty easy. Remember, in the first part, all we did is went from G to F sharp minor, right? So now we're going to go to the next part. So I'll play the first part and then I'll go into the next part, and you'll see how easy it is to play. So in the cool of the evening, when everything is getting kind of groovy, I call you up and ask you if you'd like to go with me and see a movie. First you say no, you got some plans for the night, and then you stop. Alright, diminished chord. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. And then a D chord. 1, 2, 3. And then it starts over. Alright. So that is basically how you fit the words and for the chorus and the verse. From that you can get all the rest of the song because everything is played identically. Before we do the rhythm, let's just run through it one more time. Simple, easy chords. You guys ready? Starting on the G for the beginners. Here we go. In the cool of the evening, when everything is getting kinda groovy, I call you up and ask you if you'd like to go and see a movie. Change your words a little bit there. First you say no, you've got some plans for the night, and then you stop. Alright, love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so you get the idea. From that, you can play the simple version of this whole entire song. Just add in the different lyrics for the other verse, and then you've got it. But there's more to it, and we have the rhythm to learn, and then we have a connecting lick that goes with it. So let's learn the rhythm next. All right, this song has a tricky rhythm. It actually starts the first chord on the 2.5 beat. But rather than get you all confused with music theory and complex counting craziness, let's learn how to do the rhythm using a simple mnemonic. And a mnemonic is just words that you can play and say to help get the rhythm down. So we're going to do this. We're going to play our G going to the F sharp minor chord. We're going to say, I need a brand new hat. I need a brand new hat. I need a brand new hat. So what I'm doing there is I am playing it as I say it. With each syllable I pluck. I need a brand new hat. I need a brand new hat. So if you can say that, you can play that. So that's your first rhythm. I need a brand new hat. Now these rhythms are pretty complex, so when we're going through the chords, just play the simple chords for now, and then work on the rhythms separately, and you'll get them later. But it's good to learn them now. All right, so we have those two chords doing that rhythm, and then we're going to go on and we're going to learn the connecting lick that connects them. If you're a beginner, you're just going to play the chords like this. If you're beyond beginner, you're going to play it like this. And you're going to add the connector lick that we're going to learn next. You may or may not remember that earlier in the lesson I said that the rhythm of this song starts in kind of a weird place. That's because there's this lick, a connecting lick between the chords. And I'm going to play that lick for you now and demonstrate it. I'm going to play it on the low G first. We have to modify that lick to sound right on the high G, and I'll play it on the high G and I'll explain that too. So this is how the lick goes. On the high G, it won't sound right because they don't have the low string, so we have to play it in a higher register up here. So here it is on the high G. If I played it the low G way on the high G, it would sound wrong, like this. So for high G, we have to reassign where the lick goes and put it into a higher register so it fits with the song. So we rearrange it a little bit. Sounds awesome that way. The good news for you low G players is you can do it either way and change them up to make it more fun. If you're a high G player, you're stuck with doing it in the one place because you don't have the 5 extra notes. All right, that being said, let me break down that lick. I'm going to break it down in the high G position first, because if you know how to do it in the high G position, it's played exactly the way on a low G except in a different place. So low G players, pay attention too. Go to the 5th fret. Put your index finger on the 5th fret of the string closest to the floor. Take your ring finger and put it on string number 2 on the 7th fret. We're going to anchor our index finger for this whole lick on the 5th fret. It's never going to move. It's glued there. And we're going to start by playing the 7 on the 2nd string. Then we're going to move our finger to the 7th fret on the 1st string. The ring finger comes straight across, and we're going to pluck it and pull it up. So 7, pull, and we're going to go back to the original 7 on the string number 2, and we're going to end again on 7 on string number 1. Sounds confusing, I know. So it goes 7, 7, pull off, 7, 7. They're all 7s, right? String 2, 7, string 1, 7, pull it off to reveal the 5. Go back with your ring finger to the 2nd string, fret 7, and then go back with your ring finger to string number 1, fret 7. All right, so we have a mnemonic for this one too, and the rhythm of it goes like this. That sounds really fast to you, I'm sure, but it's super easy to play. And once you get it under your fingers, you'll be able to play it that fast. So here's what I'm doing. And I use my mnemonic to think of it. I need a new hat. I need a new hat. So the need is the pull-off, right? I need a new hat. Everything else is a 7. I need a new hat. I need a new hat. So how does that fit in to the little chord groove? I need a new hat. I need a brand new hat. I need a new hat. I need a brand new hat. I need a new hat. I need a brand new hat. Those 2 mnemonics will help you nail that rhythm. Now, if you're playing the low G, you're going to do the same exact mechanics, just moving everything to a different place on the fretboard. So we're going to go to 2nd position, and we're going to put our ring finger on the 4th fret, the B note, and we're going to put our index finger on the 2nd fret of the C string, which is the D note. Right? We're going to anchor the index again like we did before, and we're going to go, instead of 7s, we've got 4s now. We're going to go 4, 4, pull off, 4, 4, right? So I'm just in a different place on the neck. I'm doing the exact same mechanics. 4th fret on the string closest to your nose. Then we're going to move it to the 4th fret on the 3rd string. Pull it off to reveal the 2nd fret. I'm going to go back to the 4th fret on the string closest to my nose. And I'm going to play the 4th fret on the C string again. I need a new hat. I need a new hat. So I'll play that little groove, and I'll play both the high G version and the low G version, and then you can choose what you want to do. All right, when you're practicing this song, I recommend that you practice it two different ways. The first way is to just comp the words in with the simple chords, right? In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy, like that. Get that down. And then the other way you practice this, you practice the rhythm by using the mnemonics. The actual singers for this band, both the bands that did this, Atlanta Rhythm Section and the Classic Four, both of those bands, the singer wasn't playing the instruments, right? They were singing and just focusing on the singing. That is really hard to play the syncopated rhythm and sing at the same time. So I'm going to call it off using mnemonics so you get the feel of it, and practice it the two ways, the mnemonic way and the simple chord way with the vocals. Once you're so solid in the vocals and really solid in the rhythm, then try the singing over the rhythm. All right, that being said, let's try it. So here we go. I need a new hat. I need a brand new hat. I need a new hat. I need a brand new hat. I need a new hat. I need a brand new hat. I need a new hat. I need a brand new hat. First you say no, you've got plans for the night, and then you stop. Alright, love is kind of crazy with a spooky little girl like you. 1, 2, 3. So in that second part, you can vary what you do, and you don't have to have those long pauses between chords. You might go, first you say no, and you've got plans for the night, and then you stop. All right, you might have the other diminished chord in there, and then you might do a little rhythm here. Love is kind of crazy with the spooky little girl like you. You got to figure out what's worse with your style. You might just do it with real sparse chords. First you say no, and you've got plans for the night, and then you stop. All right, love is kind of crazy with a spooky little girl like you. And that's how you do it. All right, that's all the parts to the song. From there, you can get the rest of the song. That's your homework. I hope you get it. And just be patient with yourself. These licks come. It's all technique. Once you have your technique and you know the tricks, you got the licks. All right, be happy, be healthy, and be kind to one another. My name is Kev from the Tiki Nation. Remember to go to thetikination.com, check it all out. I'll see you in the next lesson.
Because done is better than perfect.